In late 2023, the HSE and the then Minister Anne Rabbitte opened applications for the Children's Disability Grant Fund, offering around €8 million to community and voluntary groups to run therapy services for children who weren't getting them through official means. Now the Minister's successor, Hildegard Naughton, has confirmed the cash isn't there. She says the HSE had intended to pay for it with one-off savings to children's services, which hadn't materialised. That's despite the then Minister Rabbitte visiting Donegal days before last year's local elections and announcing that 4 local organisations would receive over $3.5 million in funding. One of those in attendance was Jack Donaghy, a wheelchair user with cerebral palsy, and his mother, Denise.
Definitely betrayed. We got a phone call I think it was about 2 days before we actually realised this money was meant to be announced to us to be invited down to Letterkenny, and was a big disappointment to hear afterwards there was no money allocated. I felt, to be honest, Jack's been used for that.
The clarity about the funding came in reply to written Dáil questions tabled by Pearse Doherty.
This was cruel. This was cruel what was done. This parent feels that their child was used as a prop. How could a minister announce funding to organisations when the money didn't exist?
I'm not going to stand up and defend something that can't be defended. A scheme was announced in good faith, people applied, and the funding now needs to be provided. The idea that €8 million that could make a fundamental difference to the lives of so many children, including in your own county, and hasn't yet been provided is extraordinarily frustrating.
Simon Harris confirmed he'd spoken to the Taoiseach about the issue and that money would be found for the programme. But Virgin Media News understands that some of the applicants had never been told the fund was empty and only found out via reporting of today's exchanges. Gavin Riley, Virgin Media News.